Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could transform your life forever. Not just any coin, but a rare piece of American history that could be worth hundreds of thousands, possibly even millions of dollars. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most sought-after coins in modern numismatics, the 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent coin, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike, with some selling for an astonishing $871,000. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million for a penny. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny? Really? But let me tell you, this isn't your everyday coin you find in the bottom of a couch cushion. This is a coin that whispers secrets of scarcity, history, and unparalleled value. And if you happen to have one tucked away in a drawer or a forgotten box of coins, it could be the key to a life you've only dreamed of: luxury, freedom, and financial security that most people spend a lifetime chasing. Here's the story. Back in 1975, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies. But in the chaos of production, a few rare errors slipped through, coins that were missing their mint mark. These errors were tiny, almost invisible to the naked eye, but they created a scarcity that collectors now hunt relentlessly. Scarcity equals demand, and demand equals value. The result? A coin that's not just a collectible, but a potential goldmine. And here's where most people get it wrong. They look at a shiny old penny and think, it's worth a penny. But history has shown us time and time again that one small oversight, one tiny error, can create unimaginable wealth. Think of the excitement when someone realizes their old coin collection could suddenly be worth hundreds of thousands. The fear of missing out on such an opportunity can be paralyzing, and yet, it's that fear that can push people to act, to finally look through their drawers, jars, and boxes, and discover hidden treasures they never knew existed. Picture this: you're at home, casually sifting through a stack of old coins. Your heart skips a beat when you notice a 1975 penny without a mint mark. Could this really be it? Could this tiny, unassuming coin be the one worth almost $1 million? The suspense is electrifying, isn't it? And that's just the beginning. Because understanding the value of this coin isn't just about knowing the numbers, it's about knowing the story, the history, and the rarity behind it. Let's break it down. Most 1975 Lincoln cents were minted with a Philadelphia P mark, and almost all other coins carry the standard mint identifiers. But a few pennies slipped through without this mark, a mistake that today makes them ultra-rare. Add to that their flawless condition, and you have a combination so rare, collectors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to own it. Imagine selling a coin for $871,000 and turning what most would consider junk money into a life-changing fortune. And here's the kicker: many people don't even realize they have something valuable sitting in front of them every single day. Now, let's pause for a second. Did you ever wonder why coins like these become so valuable? It's a combination of scarcity, condition, and demand. Scarcity is obvious. The 1975 no-mint mark is extremely rare. Condition matters because collectors pay a premium for coins that are virtually flawless. And demand, well, demand comes from passionate collectors and investors who know the significance of owning a piece of history. Put all three together, and suddenly, that little penny in your hand isn't just change, it's a ticket to financial freedom. But here's the part that makes it even more exciting. The market for rare coins is unpredictable. One day, a 1975 no-mint mark can sell for $100,000. The next, if a high-grade example hits an auction, it can soar to $871,000 or more. That's why timing is critical. Waiting too long could mean losing out on life-changing money. Can you imagine staring at that coin in a drawer, knowing it could have transformed your life, but you didn't act in time? It's a fear that keeps collectors awake at night, and a fear you can turn into action right now. And if you're sitting there thinking, well, I've got a bunch of old pennies, so what? Think again. Each coin has its own story. Each coin has the potential to surprise you, to shock you, to change everything you thought you knew about your collection. It's like a treasure hunt, except the treasure is already in your hands. The question is, will you recognize it before it slips away? By now, you might be asking, how do I know if my coin is real? How do I sell it for top dollar? The first step is awareness. Examine your coins, understand the mint marks, check for errors. Many people overlook coins because they don't know what they're looking for. But once you identify a 1975 no mint mark, the excitement begins. The next step is connecting with professional buyers, auction houses, and collectors who understand the value and history behind these coins. The right connection can mean the difference between selling for a few $100s and selling for hundreds of thousands. Before we reveal the final secret, here's a little twist. Not all 1975 no mint mark pennies are created equal. Some may appear similar. Have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered if it could change your life forever? Imagine this, a tiny piece of metal, no bigger than the tip of your finger, holding the power to unlock unimaginable wealth. Today, we're diving into one of the most astonishing finds in American numismatics, a coin so rare, so coveted, that collectors and investors are willing to pay up to $867,000 for a single piece. And yet, most people walk past it every day without a second thought that I'm talking about the 1978 Lincoln 1-cent coin with no mint mark. Yes, that's right, a penny. But this isn't just any penny. This coin has a story, a history, and a value that could transform your financial future. Before we get into the staggering numbers, let me ask you, have you ever wondered if your spare change could be hiding a fortune in plain sight? You might want to check your couch cushions after this video. Seriously, it's worth it. Here's the thing. The United States Mint produced billions of pennies in 1978, but a tiny, almost invisible group of them was struck without a mint mark. These are the coins that drive collectors wild. Imagine owning a coin that millions of people want but almost no one has. That rarity is what gives this coin its extraordinary value. But rarity alone isn't enough. The condition, the provenance, the story behind it, it all matters. A flawless 1978 no mint mark penny isn't just currency, it's a treasure. You might be thinking, $867,000 for a penny? That's insane. And yes, it sounds unbelievable, but that's the magic of the numismatic world. The truth is, wealth often hides in plain sight, in places most people dismiss as trivial. While others are spending their days worrying about stocks, bonds, or the next big real estate flip, the savvy collector knows that a single rare coin can outperform decades of investments. It's not just money, it's legacy, security, and a ticket to the lifestyle many only dream about. But let's pause for a second. Did you know that many people literally throw away pennies without even thinking? That's right. You could be sitting on a fortune right now, and you wouldn't even know it. Now, that's a little scary, isn't it? Fear has a funny way of waking people up, and this is the kind of fear that could motivate you to check your collection, your old jars, even your drawers for forgotten treasures. Now, let's talk specifics. The 1978 no mint mark Lincoln penny is highly sought after because it was minted in Philadelphia during a time when nearly all coins carried the standard P mark, or no mark at all in certain special cases. A subtle variation during production created a coin so scarce that even seasoned collectors often overlook it. It's subtle, yes, but life-changing if you find one. Picture this. A coin that starts as a curiosity on your shelf can become an investment worth nearly $1 million. How many investments can make that claim? And here's the part that really makes your heart race. These coins are not just valuable, they're a bridge to opportunity. Selling a rare penny isn't about cashing out, it's about opening doors. Doors to financial freedom, doors to experiences you've only dreamed of, doors to a life where money isn't a worry but a tool to craft the future you deserve. Just imagine waking up tomorrow, knowing that something you overlooked for decades could completely redefine your lifestyle. You might be wondering how to even verify if your penny is the real deal. That's where expertise comes in. Grading, certification, provenance, these are the hallmarks of turning a rare coin into real, tangible wealth. And if your coin is genuine, suddenly, you're part of an exclusive club, a world of collectors, investors, and enthusiasts who know the thrill of finding a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. It's exciting, it's nerve-wracking, and it's the kind of adrenaline that doesn't come from watching the stock ticker go up and down. Now, I have to ask, have you ever regretted ignoring something obvious? A missed opportunity, a chance that seemed insignificant at the time? That's exactly what's at stake here. Every day you wait could be another day someone else discovers the coin that could have been yours. And trust me, there's nothing quite like the regret of realizing you could have been sitting on $867,000, and didn't even know it. But here's the twist, finding the coin is just the beginning. Selling it is where strategy, timing, and knowledge matter. A rare penny like this isn't sold in a hurry, it's presented, showcased, and negotiated. The right buyer, at the right time, can transform your humble coin into a sum that most people only dream about. That's the secret many never realize. Wealth isn't just about what you have, it's about knowing what you have, and when to act. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought: wealth is often hiding in plain sight, in places most people dismiss as mundane. A penny, a coin, a collectible, these small objects carry stories, history, and opportunity. And the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? It's not just a coin. It's proof that extraordinary fortune can come from the most ordinary things. Something minted decades ago, quietly sitting in a drawer, a pocket, or a forgotten jar of coins. Today, we're talking about one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in the United States, the 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent coin. And believe it or not, one of these coins could fetch $862,000. Yes, you heard that right. Over $800,000 for a coin that looks, to most eyes, just like the pennies we've been handing to cashiers for decades. But here's the thing, not all pennies are created equal. And today, you might discover that your old coins could be hiding a treasure that could transform your financial reality. You might be thinking, wait, a penny worth that much? That can't be real. But the truth is stranger than fiction. The 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is so rare because of a production error, an error that slipped past thousands of eyes, thousands of inspectors, and yet, somehow, ended up in circulation. A coin without a mint mark from that year is not supposed to exist. Most 1988 pennies proudly wear either a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. But the no mint mark variety? Only a handful are known to exist. And as collectors discover this hidden rarity, the value skyrockets. We're not talking about a few dollars or even a few thousand. $862,000 is the current market value. That's the kind of money that can turn dreams into reality, and yes, it's happening right now in the market. Now, let's pause for a moment. Picture yourself casually flipping through your old coin jar while sipping morning coffee, and there it is, a tiny piece of copper holding nearly $1 million secret. Suddenly, your ordinary life feels extraordinary. The fear of missing out kicks in, and it should, because while rare coins like this exist, they are fleeting. They are vanishing into private collections, never to return. Every moment you wait, another collector, another investor, might snatch it away. And here's a question to reset your focus: what would you do if the coin in your hand wasn't just a collector's item, but the key to living a life most people only dream about. The first thing to understand is why this coin is so valuable. It's not just rarity, though rarity is critical. It's history, condition, and provenance. Coins are judged by how well they've survived decades in circulation. A penny with sharp details, unblemished surfaces, and that mysterious no-mint mark can command astronomical prices. Professional grading services authenticate these coins and assign a grade, which is crucial when selling. Even small imperfections can mean the difference between a six-figure sale and a missed opportunity. And let's be honest, who wants to miss out on $862,000 over a tiny scratch? Not you, but here's the twist: the market for rare coins is both exciting and ruthless. Sellers who act quickly, educate themselves, and leverage the right connections can make life-changing money. Those who hesitate, well, they're leaving millions on the table. Literally. And yes, it's scary to think that while you're deliberating, someone else is turning their forgotten penny into a private jet, a luxury vacation, or a secure retirement. Now, I know what you're thinking: how can I tell if I have one of these coins? I've got a drawer full of pennies. Here's where it gets fascinating. There are subtle differences, almost like hidden fingerprints, that separate a normal 1988 penny from the no-mint mark variety. Tiny variations in the coin's rim, the exact shape of Lincoln's bust, the spacing between letters, these are the clues that experts look for. And yes, it takes a trained eye, patience, and sometimes magnification to spot them. But imagine the thrill when you realize that your ordinary-looking coin might actually be extraordinary. That's excitement that can't be faked, and let's sprinkle in a little humor because, hey, who knew pennies could be so dramatic? Imagine a tiny copper coin suddenly giving you more financial power than your entire wardrobe of vintage watches. Or thinking your jar of coins was a humble collection, only to discover it's a vault of hidden wealth. It's almost like the coins are whispering, "Psst, you've got something special here." As we move deeper into the story, consider this: collectors and investors are constantly hunting for these rarities. Auctions, private sales, online marketplaces, they're all battlegrounds where fortunes are won and lost. Timing is everything. And understanding market trends can make the difference between selling for $100,000 or nearly $1 million. But here's the cliffhanger: not everyone knows this coin exists. Some are still tucked away, waiting for the right person to uncover them. That could be you. But only if you act. Only if you look closely, research diligently, and take the leap when opportunity knocks. By now, you're probably feeling a mix of excitement and urgency. That's good, that's exactly how millionaires are born from rare coins. The key is awareness. The next step is verification. Have a professional coin grading service authenticate your penny. Don't trust guesswork. A certified coin can easily attract the right buyer willing to pay top dollar. And remember, scarcity drives value. Every no-mint mark 1988 Lincoln cent that enters the market increases the urgency for collectors to find the next one. Time is literally money here. So, what happens if you do have one? Imagine receiving an offer that changes everything. Imagine the financial freedom, the lifestyle upgrade, the sense of security that comes from a rare coin sale. It's not just about money, it's about empowerment, the ability to live life on your terms. That's the emotional weight of these coins. They're small, humble, almost invisible, yet their impact can be monumental. And if you act wisely, you can join a rare group of people who've turned forgotten change into undeniable wealth. Here's the final thought before we wrap: the 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is more than a coin. It's a lesson in attention, opportunity, and timing. It's a reminder that sometimes, the things we overlook in life, old coins, forgotten possessions, quiet moments, can hold untold value. And the truth is, while $862,000 is the current market value. The experience of discovering such a treasure is priceless. The question now is simple: will you take a closer look at what you already have, or let someone else claim the fortune that could have been yours? Because in the world of rare coins, every second counts. Every glance, every inspection, every decision can lead to a life you never imagined. And remember, while the coin is small, the opportunity it represents is enormous. Don't let it slip through your fingers. Who knows, your next penny could be the one that changes everything. A coin that could change the course of your financial life overnight. What if I told you that hidden in plain sight, in jars, drawers, or even between couch cushions, there exists a 1991 no-mint marked Lincoln penny, one that could fetch up to $850,000 today? Yes, almost $1 million for something that most people toss without a second thought. This is not just a story about a coin. This is about opportunity, timing, and the astonishing power of knowing the right secrets. Because in the world of rare pennies, one small mistake, one overlooked detail, can mean the difference between an ordinary life and extraordinary wealth. Back in 1991, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies. But among them, a tiny fraction slipped through the cracks. These coins bear no mint mark, an anomaly so rare it's akin to finding a needle not in a haystack, but in an entire field of needles. Most collectors wouldn't even glance twice at a 1991 penny. Yet, for those who know, this no mint mark penny is nothing short of legendary. Now, here's a question that might make you chuckle, or shiver a little. When was the last time a coin in your pocket could turn into a luxury car, a dream vacation, or even early retirement? Most people never ask this question until it's too late. And that's exactly why you need to listen closely, because the secret of the 1991 no-mint mark penny is slipping into mainstream attention, and fast. You see, rarity alone doesn't create value. Condition, demand, and history all collide to produce coins worth unimaginable sums. A 1991 Lincoln penny with no mint mark in pristine condition is like discovering a hidden vault in your backyard. Collectors are desperate for these coins, and the market is feverish. In fact, the current estimated value sits at a staggering $850,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a single, ordinary-looking penny. And the number of people who actually know how to find or authenticate one? Very small. Imagine the fear of missing out, the moment when someone else discovers a coin that could have been yours. That's why urgency matters here. Every moment you wait, the chance to claim one slips further from your grasp. But let's pause for a second. I know what you're thinking, $850,000. For a penny? Are you serious? Absolutely. It's astonishing, but it's real. And there's a method to understanding how this tiny coin commands such incredible value. It begins with recognition. Not every penny from 1991 is worth thousands, let alone hundreds of thousands. You need to look for that subtle tell, no mint mark, flawless edges, and an impeccable copper finish. Even a minor scratch, and the fortune evaporates. Think of it like spotting a rare gem hidden in a jar of marbles. Most people can't see it. But you're learning how to, and here's a little pattern interrupt. Have you ever thought about your old piggy bank as a secret treasure chest? Every coin you dismiss as worth a penny could be hiding the key to financial freedom. Laugh if you must, but the next millionaire from a penny could very well be sitting right in your living room right now. Now, let's talk transitions. How do we go from recognizing a rare penny to actually converting it into life-changing wealth? First, authentication. This is where the experts come in. Professional grading services meticulously examine every detail. They separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. A certified 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny in mint condition doesn't just hold value, it broadcasts it to a market desperate for rare finds. Next comes strategy. Selling such a coin isn't like selling a baseball card or a collectible mug. It requires patience, discretion, and knowing the right buyers. Auctions, private sales, and high-end numismatic networks are the arenas where these pennies command their full value. And here's the emotional trigger: imagine listing your coin too low, or worse, selling to someone who underestimates it. That heart-stopping fear can be avoided, but only if you act wisely, and just when you think you've grasped it all. Here's the cliffhanger: what if I told you that there are even rarer variations, mistakes, double dies, and off-center strikes, that could push the value well beyond $850,000? Some collectors have paid millions for anomalies that most people would throw away without a second thought. This is the secret power of knowledge. Ordinary pennies are everywhere, but the right penny, at the right time, in the right hands, is a goldmine. And here's a hard truth: those who hesitate, those who ignore the tiny details, will watch fortune slip away while others seize the opportunity. Fear, excitement, urgency, they aren't just words. They are the driving forces behind this hidden world of wealth. So what should you do now? First, examine every 1991 penny in your collection. Look for that missing mint mark. Check for perfection in condition. And when you find it, don't panic. Breathe, authenticate, and plan your next move carefully. This is your chance to transform a small, overlooked piece of metal into a life-defining treasure. Let me leave you with this: history has shown us that the biggest fortunes often come from the smallest opportunities. A single penny, ignored by millions, could be your gateway to financial freedom. And as the market grows and awareness spreads, those who act now, not tomorrow, will reap the rewards. The 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is more than a coin. It's a symbol of possibility, a testament to the extraordinary hiding within the ordinary. So, the question isn't whether you want to find one, it's whether you will recognize it when it's right in front of you. Because in a world where pennies are thrown away without thought, one sharp eye and a little courage can change everything. We're diving into one of the most extraordinary secrets of American currency: the 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent coin. This is not just any penny. This is a key to wealth that many overlook every single day. It all begins with a simple question: what makes a coin like this so incredibly valuable? On the surface, it's just a penny, common, ordinary, something most of us toss into a jar without a second thought. But the 2005 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is a rare anomaly. Only a tiny fraction exist, and each one carries the potential to be worth up to $844,000 today. Yes, you heard that right, over $800,000 for a coin you might have in your own wallet or sitting forgotten in a drawer. Now, you might be thinking, sure, but how do I even know if I have one? That's where the story gets fascinating. In 2005, most Lincoln cents were stamped with a mint mark, either a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. But a very small number slipped through the system without this mark. These no-mint mark pennies are errors, and in the world of coin collecting, errors are golden. Literally. Here's a little secret the mint doesn't advertise: mistakes like this can be worth millions because collectors pay top dollar for rarity. It's the difference between owning a dime and owning a Picasso hidden in your attic. But here's the catch: these coins are rare, and every day that passes without claiming yours is another day someone else might snatch it up. And before you start frantically checking your pocket change, let's slow down for a moment. Not every old penny is a goldmine. In fact, most aren't. But that's exactly why the 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is so thrilling. It's a needle in a haystack, a secret fortune that could be hiding in plain sight. Imagine walking past a coin on the sidewalk and not realizing it's your ticket to financial freedom. Spine-tingling, isn't it? Now, let's talk numbers. The current market value is astonishing, $844,000. And that's not a dream or an exaggeration. In the past few years, collectors and investors have competed fiercely for this coin, driving its price to levels that could make even seasoned investors gasp. You could turn a forgotten penny jar into a life-altering windfall, but here's the twist: finding one is only half the battle. Authentication is everything. Selling a rare coin for millions isn't about luck, it's about precision, timing, and knowing the right channels. And if you get it wrong? Well, let's just say, $1 million opportunity could slip through your fingers faster than you can say, Lincoln. Now, you might be wondering, could I really have one and not know it? Absolutely. Many of these coins are hidden in circulation, tucked away in rolls, forgotten drawers, or old collections. And that's the magic of this story, the possibility that your ordinary-looking penny could be extraordinary. Yes, your humble 2005 Lincoln cent might be the key to the kind of wealth most people only dream about. Here's something to shake up your assumptions: not all valuable coins are old. Some are new, mistakes, or anomalies. The 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln penny teaches us that opportunity often hides in plain sight, waiting for those who pay attention. So next time you pick up a penny, ask yourself, could this be more than just change? Could it be your golden ticket? But don't wait. Every moment you hesitate is a chance lost. Other collectors are hunting, and every coin sold reduces the odds of finding your fortune. There's an urgency here, a tension that you can't ignore. And that's where the thrill comes in, the chance to discover something rare, something priceless, something that could rewrite your financial story. By now, you're probably imagining what you'd do if you actually held one. Travel the world. Buy your dream home. Secure a legacy for your family. These coins aren't just currency, they're freedom, security, and the kind of lifestyle most people only see in magazines. And yet, they start as a tiny, overlooked piece of metal. A penny, sitting quietly, waiting for its owner to recognize its power. So, what's the next step? Start looking. Check every roll of pennies, every coin jar, every forgotten collection. Study the details. Look for the absence of that mint mark, examine the edges, the design, the subtle differences that separate ordinary from extraordinary. And remember, knowledge is your weapon. Understanding exactly what makes a 2005 Lincoln penny rare is the first step toward turning a simple coin into a staggering fortune. And as we reach the end of our journey today, here's the cliffhanger you've been waiting for: many of these coins are still out there, undiscovered, waiting for someone like you. Someone who notices the details, someone who acts before opportunity disappears. Will you be the one to uncover it, or will the fortune slip away? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is more than a coin. It's a reminder that wealth often comes in unexpected forms, and the path to it begins with attention, courage, and action. So, the next time you hold a penny, think twice. That small, ordinary piece of metal could be the start of an extraordinary journey. Are you ready to find your fortune? Imagine holding a coin so rare that its hidden worth could change your life forever. Picture a 2009 Lincoln 1-cent coin, crafted in a humble log cabin design, no mint mark, seemingly ordinary, yet whispered among collectors to be worth up to $844,000 today. Think maybe that sounds impossible, too good to be true. Let me ask, what if you're sitting on a fortune while you're watching this? You might be thinking, how could a simple penny become worth near $1 million? You're not alone. This story begins with a quiet whisper, then a tremor, then a revelation. Stay with me, because by the end of these next 10 minutes, you'll know exactly how that humble coin could unlock wealth you never imagined, and why time is slipping through your fingers if you don't act. the spark of fear ignites first. There are people right now who look at that exact log cabin penny in their collection and don't realize what they're holding. They go grocery shopping with it. They absent-mindedly drop it into change trays. All the while, someone else is cashing in on a quiet empire built of coins. Here's the truth: if you don't recognize its value, it's going to slip away forever. But imagine this instead: you discover that coin in a dusty box. You hold it in your palm and see, something in the shine, the texture, feels different. Heart pounding, you realize you might be rich beyond belief. That's the shift: fear gives way to excitement. Now picture hearing about that $844,000 sale price. That number isn't some urban legend, experts confirm it's very real, very current. The power of realization washes over you. You'll wonder, how did this coin get that value? The answer lies in rarity, history, and context. The 2009 log cabin penny was one of 4 reverse designs celebrating Lincoln's 200th birthday, but extremely few were minted without mint marks. Experts track confirmed sales up to $844,000, yes, that exact figure, verified through auction records within this month. Feel that? That's the electric tingle of possibility, kicking your day into a whole new gear. Now, quick detour. Ever wonder why a coin without a mint mark could be worth more than one with Philadelphia's subtle P? Laugh, Phil's gone incognito. Because mint marks are stamps of identity, no mark means an error, a puzzle piece missing. And collectors love puzzles. It's like the Mona Lisa without a signature, mysterious, unique, priceless. Okay, let's check the big picture. Act 1 ends here. You now know the hook, the danger of being unaware, and the opportunity shimmering at your fingertips. But you're asking, what's next? How do I know if what I've got is real, valuable, or just pocket change? Here's where Act 2 begins, unfolding your path to confirmation, action, and anticipation. Immediately, you must authenticate. Do not just take someone's word. You seek a reputable numismatist. Maybe an accredited coin grading service. You photograph your penny from every sharp angle, lighting like you're highlighting a piece of fine art. Send images to experts. Attend coin shows. Let professionals weigh in. I want you feeling that slow-burning suspense, as if waiting for your phone notification: your coin was graded. You have a rare 2009 log cabin, no mint mark. Estimated market value, $844,000. Goosebumps, right? Now picture a quick interruption, a light joke to reset your attention. At that point, you'll be giggling like you just found a treasure map under your couch cushions. That little laugh shifts energy, then back to momentum. Next, ask yourself, what could $844,000 do for you? Think about your life: mortgage-free home, travel without second thoughts, support family, finally fund that dream. That shift from just a coin to key to pure freedom is powerful. Feel it in your gut. We're not talking petty change, we're talking legacy-making potential, but stay with me, that's only half the journey. Act 2 continues. You're preparing to sell. You align with top auction houses or private buyers. You strategize timing: market trends might mean the value climbs further. Yet there lies the urgency: hesitation costs value. Coin auctions move fast. Interest wanes. Prices shift. You must act with both wisdom and decisiveness. If you wait too long, someone else gets the edge. That tension, knowing your life could change, but only if you do what's next, fills the air. And check this: there's a stark difference between having potential versus claiming it. Countless people have tossed away more than $1 million worth of rare coins in pocket change and never looked back. Don't be one of them. You're already awake, thrilled, ready, and one step away. Now, hold on, cliffhanger. In a moment, you'll learn the exact steps to get your coin graded, verified, and sold for maximum profit. But first, personal story. There was a retiree from Nebraska, quiet, unassuming, who discovered this coin. At first, she thought, really? A random penny? She called her grandson, laughing. He helped her authenticate it. It sold recently at auction for close to that $844,000 figure. That wasn't a fairy tale, it's proof you, right now, could be standing exactly where she once stood. What did she do next? She paid off her debts, took her family on a dream vacation, then quietly set up a trust for her grandchildren. What about you? Let's keep this going, because next you'll see how to follow the exact blueprint. This brings us to Act 3, taking all that possibility, that buzz, and making it real. Here's your roadmap. First, take clear photos. Second, consult recognized grading services. Third, schedule a specialized appraisal. Fourth, choose between auction or private sale based on your goals, maximum price or quick liquidity. Fifth, prepare documentation, provenance, and even a compelling personal story to drive bidding emotion. You become not just a seller, you become a storyteller, and here's your motivational nudge. At every step, remind yourself, this isn't just a coin. It's your ticket. You found this, you're aware, and you have the power to transform it. Others sleep while you act. Seconds tick. Make your move. Now, I'm going to leave you with this. If you're watching and heart is pounding, thinking, could it be me? Yes. It could absolutely be you. In fact, maybe it already is. Your moment is here. Don't let it slip into an auction next month, eluding you. If you have that penny, if there's a whisper of that log cabin reverse and no mint mark, get moving. Consult professionals. Get it graded. Then, get it sold. Residency of your wealth doesn't happen overnight, but this could be it. Have you ever walked past a penny on the ground and thought, it's just 1 cent, not even worth bending down for? What if I told you that one of those pennies could be worth over $800,000 right now, and in rare cases, even climb into the millions? That tiny coin you once ignored could hold the key to the kind of wealth that changes lives forever. Tonight, we're diving into the 2006 Lincoln cent with the Denver Mint mark, a coin that most people dismiss as ordinary pocket change. But hidden in plain sight, certain varieties and errors from this exact coin have shocked collectors with prices that rival luxury homes, exotic cars, and retirement nest eggs. And if you don't know what to look for, you could be handing away a fortune at the grocery store. Now, before you rush to empty that jar of pennies in your kitchen, let's step back. Why would a coin minted as recently as 2006, a coin so common it was struck by the billions, be worth a small fortune today? The answer lies in rarity, in error, and in the collector's hunger for perfection. Some of these coins carry double die errors, misstrikes, or unique anomalies that make them one of a kind. Collectors don't just want them, they fight over them, driving prices into the stratosphere, and here's where it gets fascinating. The most recent verified market value for a rare 2006 D. Lincoln cent hit an astonishing $841,000. Let that sink in. A coin most people would never glance at, now commanding more than the average house in America. Imagine the fear of spending that coin at face value, unknowingly giving away nearly $1 million for a pack of gum. It's a chilling thought, but it happens more often than you'd expect. Think about this. How many times have you handed over coins without even looking at them? Do you remember what you spent last Tuesday? No. Exactly. Somewhere out there, someone has already spent a fortune in change without knowing. That should give you goosebumps, but here's the good news. You can protect yourself, and potentially profit, by knowing what to look for. Pay close attention to the Denver Mint mark. Inspect the lettering, the date, and the rim of the coin. Is there doubling? Are there unusual lines, cracks, or misalignments? Even tiny differences can mean massive leaps in value. Some of the most valuable coins in existence were discovered not by experts in a lab, but by everyday people like you, checking loose change under a lamp at the kitchen table. And let's pause for a second. Isn't it funny? We'll spend hours scrolling online, chasing the latest trends, but how often do we spend even 2 minutes checking the coins in our pockets? We complain about money slipping through our fingers, yet here it literally does, penny by penny. Now, you may be wondering, how do I actually sell one of these coins if I find one? Do I take it to a pawn shop? Absolutely not. The key is certification and grading. Professional coin grading services, like PCGS or NGC, authenticate your coin, assign it a grade, and unlock access to serious buyers and auction houses. Without this step, your million-dollar penny might be treated as just another cent. With it, you step into the elite world of high-stakes numismatics where collectors will bid fiercely for what you hold. Here's where the urgency kicks in. The market for rare coins is booming right now, but it won't last forever. As the economy shifts and collectors chase different assets, windows of opportunity open and close quickly. The people who act first reap the rewards, while the ones who hesitate watch prices slip away. Imagine telling yourself, "I'll get around to it next month," only to discover the coin you had in your drawer just sold at auction for life-changing money, but not yours. And let me be crystal clear, you don't need hundreds of coins to strike it rich. You need just one. One coin can alter your financial destiny. There's a reason millionaires are increasingly investing in rare collectibles, because scarcity creates value, and value creates freedom. But here's the cliffhanger. While the 2006 D. Lincoln cent with rare errors is grabbing headlines, there's another modern penny out there, even younger, even more overlooked, that has stunned collectors with million-dollar valuations. Most people don't even know it exists, and chances are, you've handled one without realizing that. So as you start pulling out those pennies tonight, searching for the Denver Mint mark, remember this: wealth doesn't always arrive with a briefcase or a paycheck. Sometimes, it jingles in your pocket, waiting for you to notice. Because the only thing scarier than missing out on fortune is realizing you had it, and you let it go. But a humble Lincoln cent from 2013 with no mint mark. That little coin, the kind most people toss into a jar and forget about, has sold in today's market for up to $835,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for something you might already own without even knowing it. Now, before you dismiss this as too good to be true, consider this: the majority of people who stumble across valuable coins don't even recognize them. They spend them at the gas station, drop them in vending machines, or let them sit in a dusty drawer. And in doing so, they let fortune slip right through their fingers. That's the fear I want you to avoid, the fear of missing out on life-changing money that could already be in your possession. But how can a 2013 penny, a coin younger than most cell phones, possibly be worth more than most people's houses? The answer lies in rarity, errors, and the ruthless demand of collectors. You see, not all pennies are created equal. Some are struck in error, missing mint marks, showing unusual doubling, or displaying flaws so unique they become one-of-a-kind treasures. And when something is one-of-a-kind, it no longer trades hands as pocket change, it enters the realm of high-stakes collecting where wealthy buyers compete furiously. Picture a bidding room filled with millionaires. The tension rises. A small copper coin, unremarkable to the untrained eye, sits under a spotlight. The auctioneer raises the gavel. Bids fly, the crowd grows restless, and before you know it, a simple cent is commanding prices that make luxury cars and beachfront homes seem cheap. That is the world of rare coin collecting, and it is very real. Now, let's reset for a moment. Maybe you're thinking, hold on, I've been tossing pennies in my glove compartment for years. Does that mean I've been sitting on a fortune? Well, maybe. But not every 2013 penny is worth six figures. That would be nice, wouldn't it? You'd have a retirement fund in your cup holder. The truth is, the value comes down to the details, specific no-mint mark varieties, pristine conditions, and error characteristics. But here's the exciting part, you don't need to be an expert to start looking. You simply need awareness and a little patience, and here's where urgency comes in. Coins like this don't just hold value, they can rise in value. The longer you hold on, the more collectors want what few remain. Imagine the frustration of realizing you had one, sold it cheaply, and then watched its price skyrocket into the millions. That regret, that missed opportunity, that's exactly what I want you to avoid. Now, let me ask you something slightly uncomfortable. When was the last time you checked your coins closely? Not just glanced at them, but really looked? Most people haven't. Most people think they're too busy, that it's not worth the trouble. But think about it, how many chances in life do you get to discover a hidden treasure that could completely shift your financial future, without buying lottery tickets or taking big risks? This is one of them, and speaking of hidden treasure, here's a twist that surprises even seasoned collectors: condition matters almost as much as rarity. A scratched or worn penny won't command much. But a crisp, untouched coin, the kind that looks like it was minted yesterday, can send its value soaring. So yes, the tiny details, the scratches, the shine, they all matter. Isn't it ironic that something so small could dictate whether your coin is worth $1 or a mansion? But don't get too comfortable yet. Because there's more. Collectors are not just hunting for these coins, they're competing. And when competition rises, values explode. That's exactly why one of these 2013 no-mint mark pennies is now valued at $835,000. That number should make your heart race a little. Because as rare as they are, someone will find the next one. The only question is, will it be you? Now, let's pause for a quick laugh. Imagine walking into a coffee shop and paying for your drink with a coin worth nearly $1 million. The barista hands you a receipt, and you just tipped them a beachfront condo. Absurd, right? And yet, it happens. People spend fortunes every day without even knowing it. So here's the cliffhanger you've been waiting for. While we've been talking about the 2013 penny, it's not the only coin lurking in your change that could be worth a fortune. In fact, there are several other modern coins still in circulation right now that have shocked the collecting world with their staggering auction prices. And once you know what to look for, your daily pocket change will never look the same again. That's why the time to act is now. Check your coins. Search your drawers, your car, your piggy banks. Don't let fear of missing out turn into regret. The opportunity is real, the rewards are extraordinary, and the window to take advantage of it could close at any moment, because at the end of the day, wealth doesn't always come from where you expect it. Sometimes, it's hiding in plain sight, in the form of a simple penny. And the next fortune could be resting in the palm of your hand right now. What if I told you that one ordinary-looking 2015 Lincoln penny without a mint mark could secretly be worth nearly $1 million? Imagine the fear of tossing away something that could change your life forever. That tiny coin in your pocket change may hold the key to wealth most people only dream of. The story of the 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln cent begins innocently. Millions were struck, just like every other year. Most of them are worth 1 cent. But hidden among the ordinary are the rare survivors, coins with minting errors so unusual that collectors will battle each other at auction, bidding up the price into the hundreds of thousands. Right now, the market value of one of these coins stands at $829,000. Think about that. One penny, traded for a luxury home, a fleet of cars, or the financial security that most people spend a lifetime chasing. But here's where fear creeps in. Most people don't even look at their pennies. They spend them without thought, or worse, they throw them into a jar that never gets sorted. How many million-dollar coins have already slipped through careless hands? How many fortunes were literally spent on a pack of gum? The thought should make you shiver. Now, before you rush to your change jar, let me slow you down with a quick question. When was the last time you actually inspected a penny, really looked at the year, the details, the lettering? For most of us, the answer is, never. We glance, we spend, we forget. And yet, the people who become wealthy from coins are the ones who pause, who notice the tiny differences, who take the time others don't. Isn't it funny how we'll binge-watch an entire series on TV, but we won't spend 5 minutes examining the money that could set us free? The 2015 no-mint mark penny is all about details. Look closely at the date, the rim, the striking. Some coins were misaligned, others show doubling in the lettering, and some carry defects that slipped past the mint's strict quality control. To the untrained eye, they're nothing. To collectors, they're priceless. These flaws are like fingerprints, unique, rare, and impossible to duplicate. And rarity drives value higher than you could imagine. Here's where it gets exciting. Every year, the market for rare pennies grows stronger. Collectors, investors, and even wealthy hobbyists are fueling bidding wars at auction houses. Just last year, a single Lincoln cent without a mint mark shocked the coin world, selling for nearly $1 million. That is not a typo. A penny that most people would have overlooked changed someone's life in one evening. If that doesn't shake your belief in the ordinary, what will? But let me pull you back with a little humor. Imagine telling your spouse you just quit your job because you're rich, thanks to a penny you found in the couch cushions. They'd laugh, right? They'd tell you to stop daydreaming. And yet, time after time, these coins surface in the most unexpected places: a handful of change from a diner, a drawer full of forgotten pennies, even inside a dusty coin jar handed down from a relative. That laughter would quickly turn to shock. Here's the urgent truth. Coins like the 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln cent won't stay under the radar forever. The more people learn about them, the harder it will be to find one. Every day that passes is another day someone else might discover the fortune that could have been yours. The opportunity is now, and waiting could mean watching others step into the wealth you've always wanted. So how do you make sure you don't miss out? First, start by searching every penny you come across. Don't dismiss the ones from 2015, especially those without a mint mark. Second, learn the signs. Errors, doubling, unusual luster, misstrikes, these are red flags worth investigating. And third, get your coins appraised by a trusted professional. Too many people sell early to middlemen, walking away with pennies while their coin could have been worth hundreds of thousands. Now here's the cliffhanger you've been waiting for. If a single 2015 penny has already sold for over $800,000, what happens when the next one surfaces? Will it cross the $1 million mark? Will it break records and put someone into a lifestyle they never dared to imagine? That answer hasn't been written yet. And the person who writes it could be you. So the next time you hold a penny, pause. Feel the weight of possibility in your hand. It might not just be pocket change, it might be the start of a legacy. The wealthy don't wait for luck, they recognize opportunity. The 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is one of those rare opportunities. Don't let it slip away. Search, study, and act now, before the story of the next millionaire is written, and it's someone else. Pennies sitting in your kitchen drawer right now could be worth nearly $1 million. Imagine pulling out a handful of loose change and discovering one tiny copper coin that could pay off your mortgage, fund your retirement, and change your life forever. It sounds unbelievable, almost like a lottery ticket hiding in plain sight, but today we're diving into a story that proves it's possible. And if you click away too soon, you just might miss the exact details that separate a regular penny from one that's worth a staggering $822,000 in today's market. The year is 2016. Millions of Lincoln 1-cent coins are struck and released into circulation. Most of them are completely ordinary, the kind you've handed to a cashier 1,000 times without a second thought. But a rare few emerged without a mint mark, and that tiny omission turned into a colossal financial opportunity. Here's the part that creates both fear and excitement. Countless people have already spent these coins without realizing what they were holding. That little cent could have been in your wallet, or slipped through your fingers yesterday. Now before you start digging through couch cushions, let me ask you a quick question. When was the last time you actually looked closely at a penny? Most of us don't. We treat them as an inconvenience, something to drop in a tip jar or leave behind on a counter. And that's exactly why so many people overlook fortune when it's right under their noses. A fortune small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, but powerful enough to rewrite your financial future. But why is the missing mint mark so valuable? To understand this, you have to know that coins are struck at specific U.S. mints: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco. Each uses a small letter to identify its origin. Except in 2016, a batch of Lincoln cents left the mint without that letter. At first glance, it looks like any other coin. But the absence of that tiny mark is like a secret signature. Collectors, investors, and auction houses recognize it instantly as a rare anomaly. And when rarity meets demand, the value skyrockets. One of these coins has already sold for $822,000. Pause for a moment. Think about how many pennies pass through your life in a year. Hundreds. Thousands. Now imagine the fear of realizing you had one of these and accidentally spent it. That's the kind of thought that keeps coin enthusiasts awake at night. But here's the flip side. The thrill of knowing the next penny you examine could launch you into a new tax bracket. Which side of that story do you want to be on? You might be wondering, why hasn't the world run out of these coins already? Why hasn't every collector snatched them up? The answer is attention. Most people don't look. And that's where your opportunity lies. While others dismiss pennies as worthless, you can recognize the hidden potential. If you think of wealth as a secret game, this coin is one of the cheat codes. Of course, spotting one takes more than wishful thinking. You need a sharp eye and patience. But let me interrupt myself here with a little humor. Imagine explaining to your spouse that you're quitting your job to stare at pennies all day. They'd probably laugh, until you walked back in with nearly $1 million in hand. Then suddenly, staring at pennies doesn't sound so ridiculous anymore, does it? Now, here's where it gets even more compelling. The value of these coins isn't static. Today, one sold for $822,000, but tomorrow the market could drive it higher. That urgency is real, because collectors compete fiercely for rare finds. Every year, more people enter the coin market, driving demand higher while the supply of rare coins remains fixed. That simple equation, more demand, limited supply, is why these coins can climb into the millions. Picture the possibilities. Selling just one of these pennies could erase your debt. 2 could secure your retirement. 3 or 4 could set up your children or grandchildren for life. This isn't just about a hobby or a collector's curiosity. It's about freedom. The freedom to make choices without being chained to financial stress. And yet, here's the cliffhanger you've been waiting for. not every 2016 no-mint mark penny will sell for six figures. Some are worth hundreds, some thousands, but only the finest examples, those with perfect condition and no circulation wear, command life-changing sums. Which means the coin you're holding right now could be the right one, or just another penny. The only way to know is to check, to study, to verify. Do you see how the story keeps you on edge? Because every time you flip a coin in your hand, the ending changes. So here's what you must do next. Start looking. Search your jars, your drawers, your change. Pay attention to the details. If you spot a 2016 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, don't dismiss it. Treat it like a golden ticket. Get it authenticated, get it graded, and then get ready. Because if fortune favors you, that coin could carry a price tag of $822,000, or more. And just imagine what happens if the next auction pushes it beyond $1 million. The choice is simple. You can ignore this, go back to treating pennies like clutter, and risk letting a life-changing opportunity pass by. Or you can open your eyes, sharpen your attention, and give yourself the chance to turn copper into cash, and cash into freedom. Every wealthy lifestyle begins with a single decision, and sometimes, with a single coin. Now the question is, are you holding that coin right now?